Hi.
Hello.
1 minute.
1 minute late. God.
Okay, I'm gonna mute
No,
myself for a minute.
It's
I'm
7
having too
o'clock now.
I don't
You're
remember
on
which
time,
two
you're
I've
late,
gotten
Saturn.
3.0.
Right?
Which
Okay.
one am I? Which one's in 3.0?
Just log on them all until you find it.
At least I remember which of my alts are in 3.0.
Right?
No, I've got one in 2.0, one 3.0. I don't
All
know
right,
which
those
one
who are
they're
in
in.
3.0, let's be quiet and be respectful.
Yeah, it's 7 o'clock, so I'm going to go ahead and start the meeting. So first off, if this is your first meeting, welcome to coming to the monthly meetings. They are always hosted on the first Friday of the month for Eternal Sword. If some of you may or may not have noticed, I'll go ahead and explain. We are a conglomerate of 3 guilds that make up Sword. We all have the same tag. So if you see a lot of swordies running around, you may right click on their name and you can see that they may or may not be part of the same actual guild, but still part of the same network or umbrella, so to say. So we have the Mortal Sword, the Immortal Sword, and the Eternal Sword. So you guys are the Eternal Sword. And we wanted to have 3 FCs so that we could have a bigger network from which to form statics, to do groups, to do events, to have a bigger community. And we're able to play with any level, any type of player, and just offer more events. If you have questions about how to maneuver through the Discord, you can always message me. You can message any of the officers. Eggroll is one of the officers in 3.0, which we refer to the FCs as 1.0, 2.0, and 3.0. Eternal was just the last guild that was created. And Eggroll is also a moderator for Discord and one of the officers in Eternal.
Yeah,
So,
hi, that's me.
Yeah, so
He's also
I'll
tier 1 Discord support, so if you have any questions, just ping Eggmom.
Yes, Egg Mom. We have a
No.
specific role now. So I'll just go ahead through the introductions a little bit. So obviously, I'm Saturn Return. I do have another actual character. It's just not here right now because it's having trouble logging in at the moment. But I do have 3 accounts and 3 characters that I run the guilds with, and their names are Saturn Return with an E, and Saturn Returns. I did like to do raiding in the last tier. This tier I'm focusing more on lower level things and just sort of the upkeep of guild at the moment. So as far as what I'm going to be enjoying this expansion, I haven't quite made up my mind yet, but there's so many things to jump into. I'm sure I'll find a new favorite Sistasha run to do or something like that.
Ah!
Okay, so next officer, if you want to introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Floridad. You all should know me by now because I'm super talkative and do all the stuff in the FC.
Oh my god, Florida.
I'm just trolling egg at this point. But anyways, I'll be running the map parties. I'm usually there to do roulettes in the morning. Just let me know if you need anything crafted as well. I'm our 3.0 Omni Crafter, so if you have an 80 and you need the new crafted gear, just let me know.
I'm Eggroll. I'm Floor Dad's manager.
Calm down, your
what-
floor, mom. Get it right.
I tell him everything of what to do every time. Otherwise, he
That's what he
doesn't know
tells
what to
himself.
do.
Fucking
I take care of the airships. He crafts them. I mostly do a lot of Discord though. That's my main focus here. I also just fill up any events that's needed. That's about it.
Tech?
Oh, that's me. Yeah, I'm Techno. I just kind of do general helping if anybody needs it. Whenever I'm on, holler at me. Got an event starting actually next week. It's going to be called Techno's Trivia Tuesdays. Just a little question and answer for you guys. Come out and actually have a little bit of fun. I'm going to start here at 3.0 actually. I also take care of the activity tracker for all 3 of the FCs. Just kind of keeping track of how many we've got on, what times, and just kind of helping Saturn with where she needs to be recruiting, basically.
And did you want to tell them about what the average is?
Oh, I can do that. Let me open it up really quick. So, our averages, let's see, last week the average was 148 total.
This is across all three.
This is for all three FCs. Oh, excuse me, I'm looking at the wrong. So last week, 115 total. The week before that, 137. We kind of average an RFC about 30 people in our prime time. Same thing with Immortal, which is our 2.0. And then Mortal, which is our largest FC, usually runs between 75 and 80 people at a time. We kind of were a little bit higher.
And it has went down with the hype of the expansion. But
yeah, I mean, we had a boost whenever we had Shambreakers come out for a couple of weeks, but it's kind of died back down to about what it was beforehand. So,
thank you.
Mhm.
Okay, so with that being said, I finally was able to get my other character on here on my laptop. But with all that being said, I will be recruiting some more. There's a couple other officers that have been helping me as well with recruiting. So my goal is that I would like to have Eternal have approximately anywhere between 30 to 50 online active in the evenings and weekends, which is the prime time when the majority of people play. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. I don't want to be a huge FC, but I don't want to be a small one. I think that it would be good to have just a moderate size, so that way there's going to be people available to run dungeons with and ask questions in FC chat, but at the same time it won't be claustrophobic where you feel like that the chat's just scrolling so fast you can't really even keep up. So that is one of the other things that helped a lot when we spread people out across different FCs. They kind of had their own identities, and you're able to be highlighted a lot more and just basically be more of an individual and not feel like just a number. But you get to take advantage of the fact that, as he was talking about the activity levels, there's a lot of people that would be willing to help that's all affiliated with Sword. In the Discord on the right side, if you're not familiar with Discord, you can always ask an officer or me. But on the right side, it's got all the officers listed at the top, so you know who you can contact in Discord if you have any problems. If you feel like that someone needs to be contacted, you can also just type @officer, and it'll notify all of us. I would say use that sparingly. I would prefer private DMs over @officer, but it is an option. There's also roles and event assignments under the Welcome to Sword in Discord that you can choose if you're interested in specific events that's going to be coming for this month in August. So there's raids, mini games, there's going to be some PvP events, role-playing events, maps, mount farming, maybe even POTD or HOH, which is Palace of the Dead or Heaven on High if you don't know what those are. So we currently are filling out Gilded, which is what we use for our calendar of events. Now we will still be filling this out this weekend because I'm getting everything updated, but we've already added several events to the calendar right before this meeting to kind of give you an idea. Let me see here. Just gonna post. Give me 1 minute. Okay. Okay, I'm going to post this in the bulletin board. So if you scroll to Eternal Sword bulletin board, this is where it will go to only Eternal Sword members. I posted the calendar, so if you click on that link, or if you have a mobile phone, there is a mobile app for this as well, and you can look at the calendar. You can look at the calendar on the left side panel, and it's going to show you all the different events that we have. So we're running, so far we have a couple events already updated, like mount farming, like map parties. We even have one of the statics in the guild called the Degenerates that Florida and Egg kind of lead up. And we're running Eden normal learning parties. And there's going to be more events that we're going to be adding probably this week. And like I said, I'm going through the calendar and adding all the times and all the submissions for all the events that everybody's going to be running. So this is probably going to be really full by the end of this weekend, but it gives you an idea of where you can look at if you want to sign up for any of these events or you have questions about any of them. You can click on them as well, and they have some descriptions about what they are, and we'll make announcements in the bulletin board as well whenever they start getting closer to the date. Okay, so the other thing that we have, we do have a comments and suggestions channel in Discord as well. I will say that I usually review it once a week, I would say, sometimes sooner than that, but at least once a week. So if you have anything pressing that needs to be answered right away, message an officer or me in Discord, just directly DM us. But if it's just a suggestion about how to better the guild, you can definitely put it in there, and then we'll respond and get back to you there too. There is a lot of channels in Discord, so I apologize if it is a little overwhelming at first, but we have such a broad community with so many different interests that it's hard to kind of condense at times. We have actually condensed, but
People ask
yeah.
for more.
They ask for more channels a lot, yes. However, we do have a lot of request-only channels that we've been doing just because there's so many public channels as it is. So we've started doing some request-only channels, and those channels are mostly channels that are more specific to a subtype audience. For example, we have a request-only channel for LGBT. If you're interested in just, that sort of conversation, you can ask to be added to that. We do have an NSFW channel. As I've always said, if you have to ask what NSFW is, you probably shouldn't be in there. We have some other NSFW channels as well that you can join. We also have we call it the Mad World Chat. It's a mental health channel, so it's sort of a channel where you can vent about your day, talk about things that upset you. And it's just sort of like a place that people can be supportive and encouraging words there. We have a parents corner for people who are parents, real life parents, and sometimes they post pictures of their kids or what have you. A real life female only channel we have as well. I think that's all the request only channels. Am I missing any? I think those are the main. Well, the meme channel. There's also a meme channel.
Twilight and everything.
Yeah, I mean that falls in the NSFW. So there is the meme channel as well, and that is over 18. So with the NSFW channels, if you are very sensitive to some things, some topics, you'd want to steer clear of those. But that's why they're request only. We don't want to scare everybody as soon as they join and they're like, "Whoa, what is this meme or what is that?" So we have all that. If you want to be added, just message an officer to update your role, or you can message me as well. Is Kemet here?
What up?
So do you want to just tell them about your mini games really quick, since I'm on the topic of Discord?
Oh, sure. So if you guys do click on the minigame reaction and want to be part of the minigames, I run 3 of them. It is Time Attack, Hide and Seek, and Parkour Challenge. These are things that you can do when you're trying to find out what you want to do in game. It's a nice way to have a chance to win Gil as well. The rules are there, but if you have any more questions, you can come talk to me. But basically, every week I change the next for the whole week, and then if you do what's required to be done, you take a screenshot, post it in the Discord with a number, and then I will roll, and whoever's closest wins the prize.
Yes, and these are all really good ways that you can win money. So for the FC meetings, we do give out prizes at the end of the meetings. The things that we ask for is that you've been here from the beginning of the meeting to the end, so that it's respectful for those that actually showed up in character and on Discord for that meeting. And we typically give out Mog Station prizes and Gil for the meetings. For other games, it's usually in-game Gil or in-game items. And you can win a lot of prizes if you really participate in a lot of things. So like Kemet was saying, with the mini games, you get to enjoy them, and then you also get prizes like winning 1,000,000 Gil or whatever items. I think at one time Kemet even had, you could choose to have him Fantasia into whatever race or something at one time, right?
Eventually we'll probably have it again.
So sometimes we'll have events where you can choose for like an officer to Fantasia for a week into whatever you pick. And I think he was like a female row for a while one time or something. I don't know. So that was really fun. And then we are also going to be having other events that are coming up, like the Glam Contest. We're going to bring that back. So that's a monthly Glam Contest. It usually happens at the end of the month, typically. And the themes will be rotating. So sometimes it might be Angels and Demons or Sugar and Sweets or Sugar and Spice or whatever. Like, just whatever your interpretation is. So we'll have Glam Contests again. We'll have a human dart contest, which I'm doing, and that's where you find places that you can jump off of. There will be a human bullseye, and whoever gets the closest to it will end up getting prizes, or whoever has the most points, which I'll post more details later. Florida or Egg, did you want to talk about statics or rating or anything with learning parties, just in general, if people are interested in getting into rating?
Sure, why not?
This was a
Not put on the spot or anything. So,
I can
anyways,
talk about it if you want to.
you're fine. So eventually, I think we're going to be starting to do learning parties with both Titania and I call him Jenny Craig, but Innocent EX.
What?
He's a Jenny Craig success story, all right?
innocence, man.
Innocence EX. So we're going to start doing learning parties of those probably later this month. So be prepared for that. Typically, it's just to go over mechanics, get loot, get accessories, just kind of getting the gear of the current content. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. And if you have any questions about statics or current content or anything really rating wise, just ask Edgar Eye.
Mm-hmm. If you want to start a static as well, I mean, an FC static, you're more than welcome to. We currently have 2 in here.
Yeah, if you want to, just let me know. Give me a name. I can make a specific channel for it, and it can be private to just you and your static members. If you want to invite people from other outside the guild, you can if you need to, obviously. I mean, you can't always find everybody within the guild, but it is nice to see the activity. Whenever you see that in the guild Discord, it's nice to show that we have that kind of activity, that we have raiders. And also sometimes we stream them, and whenever they're all in the raid channel, you can kind of tell, oh, they might be streaming it. And I heard that there were some fun times this last couple times that were streamed, I think, from the
If we
raiding.
have Sarah in the group, just expect a lot of screaming.
Yeah. So,
Yep. You can find some clicks in the Art and Final Fantasy screenshots. It's on my YouTube channel.
Speaking of streaming, Sel, did you want to talk about streaming at all?
That like and subscribe button.
Press that like and subscribe button.
Yes. So, speaking of like and subscribe buttons, we have both a YouTube channel, which I'm going to be updating this weekend because I've been out of town, so I have not. And we also have a Twitch channel, which we are affiliates with Twitch. So feel free to go ahead and, sub so that we can pay for some of the prizes that we get you guys. However, we are looking for more streamers to do some of our activities, like during our events, like doing maps and other said items. But just to let you guys know, the more people we get to sub, the more prizes or better prizes we can get you.
Yes.
So
we've even thought about giving out Discord Nitro subscriptions, like gifting a month of Discord Nitro. In some cases, we've handed out $25 Mount Mog Station credits or mounts. So it just really depends on whatever we get, and the Twitch obviously helps with trying to pay for those prizes for the guild members.
also, coming soon during some of the events that we do, I will be doing giveaways to those who are subscribed to our Twitch channel and online during the stream. Even if you're participating in the event, being on Twitch watching us at the same time does help us out. More viewers we get attracts additional viewers from outside, so give us a hand.
Yes, thank you.
I'm just going to keep plugging all day, every day.
Plug. Okay.
Super plug.
Let's see here. Okay, so the other thing I was going to say is the buff schedule. So for those of you that may not know, we have a buff schedule that is for the buffs that we get for the guild. So right now we have Heat of the Battle up and Seal Sweetener. But we have a schedule that Florida has pinned to the bulletin board. If you look under the Eternal Sword bulletin board and go to your pins at the top, you can see what the buff schedule is. And we'll always keep up Heat of the Battle because that's going to give you the extra experience. But then the other buffs will rotate throughout the week. So if you're planning on doing crafting or you're planning on doing gathering or whatever you plan on doing, you can look at that buff schedule so you know when that's going to be up. A few other reminders, and some of you that have been to multiple meetings, I apologize for repeating myself on some of this stuff, but there are people who come to these meetings that this is their first time. So that's why I do kind of have to end up repeating myself on some things for that reason. But some other reminders are we do give out crystal shards and clusters. So if you're needing those for your crafting, you can ask an honor guard or an officer to get those out for you. Unfortunately, we are not able to leave the FC chest completely open due to people who ruined it for everyone. And that happens, I guess, in every guild, but we've been around for about 2 years. And, you know, we're lucky that we didn't really have any problems until probably like the last 6 months or so. So I guess we're lucky, but yes, we do have it closed for just regular members because of some people that took some things. So if you do want crystal shards or clusters, we can get those out for you. If you would like to color your chocobo, your company chocobo that you get, you can color it almost any color. And under the game guide section in Discord, or you can ask an officer if you don't know how, you can look up what fruits that you need in order to color your chocobo. You can put it in the stables. I think it's wait 6 hours, and then it will hopefully come out the color that you fed to your chocobo in the order that it gives you on that website. So some of those fruits for lower levels can be expensive for lower levels, and we grow those, so we'll give those to you for free. Even if that means you have to color your chocobo several times, that's fine. For those of you that are unable to afford a room in the FC house, now if you can afford it, we obviously ask that you pay for it because it's $300K. But if you can't afford it, we don't want you to feel like you can't participate in events such as an FC room decorating contest and things like that, because we'll probably have that quarterly. So we'll pay for you to have an FC room in the FC, which, like I said, you have to have second lieutenant in your grand company unlocked, and then it's $300K. But if you can have the money, we ask that you do pay, because we are not an unlimited bank source. Thabnarian onions also to help level your chocobo. We can give you those in moderation as well if you need those. A lot of the people in the guild can also make food buffs and things that you will need. So don't hesitate to ask or talk about it in FC chat. If you have ideas too to help better the guild, we're very open to ideas. So you can tell any of the officers or me, and I mean, we're really open to ideas. So we have a promotion, speaking of officers, that we want to do. We would like to promote another officer in this guild, and this person has been around for since we formed, actually. This person has been with us since I formed Eternal, and they at first didn't know for sure if they would be sane to play on their alt or their main, but they ended up bringing their characters all over, and they're here to stay, and they're really active on Discord, and they have some good ideas about how to help the guild. And I think you all probably know this person by now. We're going to promote Yuki.
Say hello,
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
So Yuki, do you want to introduce yourself? Like, if you could just say hi and like, this is what I want to do eventually in the guild. She's shy. She's like, oh,
hi. No?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then do you want to like talk about, you know, maybe what you want to do in the guild and stuff?
Well, I was currently thinking of some events to do. I still haven't worked it all out, but I would like to do that. I'm more than willing to help out with whatever people need in the guild. I'm very helpful. So, Yeah.
And she's really active in Discord too. Like, you respond very quickly if people are saying things in the different chat channels. So that's really helpful whenever people are using Discord, especially for the PS4 players who can't type in FC chat all the time. Sometimes they might use Discord to type. So congratulations, Yuki.
Thank you, guys.
Chat says, awesome, she deserves it.
Woo!
Hey.
Congratulations.
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 So as the guild gets bigger, we may eventually promote more officers because, like I said, I am going to be recruiting. So you'll see the number go up, but I'm not ever going to max out the guild. I just want the numbers to be around 50 is good for evenings and weekends, fluctuating between 30 to 50. So, like I said, I mean, we may eventually need more officers. Mr. Saban. Did any of the other officers want to talk about anything in particular? Anything else?
Well, for starters, I do have to ask something to Florida.
Oh God.
Publicly? Okay.
Publicly.
I'm gonna go hide right now.
Florida.
Oh no.
Florida.
I'm so happy right
Are
now.
you gonna propose to him?
Florida, will you marry me?
Oh my.
What is happening right now?
No. Excuse me, Egg.
Wow, destroyed.
Okay.
Yes.
Really? Really? You're really gonna be doing this?
Oh shit, fire.
I didn't see you here.
Okay, any other things? Any other things that are in seriousness? Not trolling.
Was that Egg that just did that?
Okay, for real though.
So we had Florida Dad and Egg Mom get married?
Yeah.
For real though,
moving on.
Yuki and I are gonna get married on Sunday. And right after this meeting, I'm gonna be handing out some invitations.
Yukina, by the way, not Yuki. Just as a
Yukina. I'm used to calling Yuki Gao.
Oh my goodness.
I'm used to calling Yuki Gao and Yuki.
Okay, so
Yeah.
yes, you guys are gonna get married.
We're gonna get married, so I'm gonna be giving out invitations. Come by, grab one. There will be some things to give away right after the wedding.
Yeah, and if you've never been to an in-game wedding, they're really awesome. You get your whole cutscene. You get to design certain parts of the cutscene and colors and the music, and you get to decorate your dress, and it's awesome. And if you've never been to an in-game wedding, it's really cool to go. Obviously, as you play the game for much longer, you probably get into so many that you're like, oh, I don't want any more invitations, but they are really, the first time you go, it's so cool because you're like, wow, the game put this in here. That's so neat. So if you've never been to a wedding, you should definitely consider going. And then you also, is it a minion wedding?
Yes.
Yes.
Everyone that participates will get a minion and like some champagne and stuff like that.
Yeah, like party poppers and heaven's crackers or something. And
I'm gonna say I have plenty of the stuff I will give people beforehand. It's fine.
One of the members asked, Acracia, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right, said, will there be Diet Coke?
Accra. You can just say Accra.
Accra, okay.
Accra, of course it's Accra.
Okay.
Maybe because the after party is going to be at Comed's Tavern, so.
Okay, yeah.
There will be an after party. That's where all the giveaways are going to be. There will be giveaways, kind of.
Yuki, I need to ask you this question as well. Would you like it streamed?
Yes.
Okay, so for those of you who are unable to make it or attend directly, it will be streamed during that time, and hopefully you'll be able to watch on that if you're not able to show up, or if we run out of invitations.
And Yukina, did you want to talk about the mount farms?
Yes, actually. In fact, we're gonna have a mount farm right after this meeting for you guys, because rather than me doing it once a week and trying to cram all 3 FCs into just one event, I'm spreading it out over the course of the weekend. So I picked Friday nights for 3.0. So that's why, if you notice in Discord, if you do not have the role assignment Mount Farmer and you want to join for Mount Farmings, you need to have that role so that way you can see what I'm going to be posting for you. because we go by a vote system. The highest 2 votes, that's the ones we go after.
Mm-hmm. And if you have questions about how to assign your role, we can manually assign the role. If you are not familiar with Discord, you can ask an officer. If you're like, I don't know how to maneuver around this thing, can you help me? Don't be afraid to ask. And since you're here, you can talk about the lottery if that's okay.
Sure. I also do run your lotto. I am pretty much the FC's lotto master at this point, so I do it for all 3 FCs. Your guys, this is gonna be, this is their first lotto?
Yeah.
Second. This is gonna be your second lotto. We're trying a new system of doing it every 2 weeks rather than every week, because I know with the new expansion and all that dropping, there's not a whole lot of time, or you guys just want to do your own thing, so do it every 2 weeks, and maybe we can actually get some, higher participation. So far, it's seeming to work.
And you've been doing the tiers, right? You still do?
Yes, we still do the tiers. So for every milestone of donations that are put in, you hit a certain tier. So your first tier would be 500,000 guild donated total. You guys have already passed that. Don't worry about it. And then it just keeps going up by a certain increment. We've got that already tallied out, and I usually let you guys know which tier you've hit on Sunday. So that way, it just makes it easier for me.
Yeah.
Is that this Sunday?
No.
She will post reminders in the bulletin board, as well as if you have questions about how to submit a ticket, quote unquote, you can just deposit in the FC chest and she checks them. And so she'll record the donations of the FC chest to see who purchased the ticket. You can also see the ticket prices that's in the bulletin board as well. If you scroll up, she's got the ticket prices. So 5K for 1 ticket, 20K for 5 tickets, 30K for 10 tickets, or 300K for 100 tickets. And she has all the rules listed there too. So you can win minions, you can win the 50-50, so 50% of the total pot you can win, sometimes flying chair mounts, which sell for a lot, crafted glam weapons, items, whatever. I mean, it just depends. Sometimes Mog Station items. It depends on what tier that is unlocked for the total combination of all the donations that we get to the FC chest.
Yep, sometimes it's even a glam item or a glam crafted weapon. Usually a Realm Reborn for right now, because I'm kind of figuring it all out. But that's not until we get a higher tier.
Yes.
But it's all getting figured out.
And then just to give a brief overview for those that this is your first meeting of how the ranking works. So when you first get invited to the guild, you start out as an initiate. You don't really have any permissions per se. Shortly thereafter, you're promoted to member after you've been in the guild for a couple days to a week or so. And then in order to get promoted past that point to veteran, you'll have to have been in the guild for about a month to a month and a half. And all you need to do is ask an officer to give you the veteran quiz. And the quiz, it just consists of about 10 questions or so. And it's like, name a couple officers. What are some events that the guild runs? Just some basic information so we know that you have at least taken some interest in the guild and what we do before we promote you to veteran status. So if you have been in the guild for at least a month to a month and a half, message an officer or me and we can give you the veteran quiz and promote you. And then after that rank, we have the honor guard rank. Honor guard is kind of like, they're sort of like junior officers, but they're sort of like veterans gone wild. They are an honorary rank that we give to people who we trust a lot more. They have more permissions and withdrawal status from the FC chest. Some of them even run events. Some of them are not quite officers, but they might be the pool of people that we choose out of to promote officers. And they are just a more trusted rank. They've been in the guild longer. They seem to have went crazy with their contributions, whether it be by running things or donating items to the guild, or maybe it's just that they've been very loyal and they've been with us for over a year. It just depends on on the criteria. There's not just a one way to get promoted to honor guard, but it is the rank below officer. And some people, we feel like, do all the things that officers could do, but they just refuse to be an officer. They're just like, I don't want the responsibility. That's as high as I want to go. I like having enough permissions as honor guard and being honored for what I do in the guild. I just don't want to be an officer. And so then that's where they stay, as honor guard. So it's kind of a mixed bag, honor guard rank, but it's definitely a rank that we use to be able to thank you for what you do for the guild and for those people that are the most loyal to us. And so above that is officer. And then above officer, we have the cloak and dagger rank, which Sal, do you want to explain cloak and dagger? I just feel like you would have a funny way of explaining it. He's like,
They're admins.
Yeah, so we are the people you don't really see until you fuck up. And then they're just right there.
I don't scare them. Oh my god.
I'm just kidding about that.
I want to point out I'm seeing quite a bit. So
yeah, I'm just kidding about that. But we are there are three of us. It's myself, Kamed, and Sero.
And Warden.
Warden.
Oh yeah, and Warden. I'm sorry, Warden.
He's so secretive.
That's how good he is at being
Technically,
cloak and
I'm
dagger.
founder, so I'm.
Oh yeah, technically he is a
Different.
founder.
I still
However,
consider
we assist Saturn with managing the overall direction of all three guilds. Now, every guild has its own autonomy. However, if we want to change things or like change Discord, like we did, we completely redid Discord. We discuss it and try to make the changes to make it the best possible experience for everyone, everyone involved. We are available if anyone needs help for anything. We do play. You just may not always see us in chat. So most of us like to lurk, except for Kamed, who just loves everyone and loves them more when he's drunk. So
You did it.
Yeah, you did it.
So they definitely help me with advising the overarching of the guilds. So they've all either been in the guild for about 1.5 to 2 years. So they're the longest officers basically. They've been with, like, Warden has been with me since forever when I came from WoW, and since we formed Sword and
300 years.
Yeah, since we formed WoW guilds, and then now we came to Final Fantasy. We've been here since 2017, so he's been with me since the beginning. And then later, Kamed and Sero and Zell came a few months after that, end of 2017, beginning of 2018. So they've been with me for quite a long time. And obviously, the other officers at some point could eventually become Cloak and Dagger, but it's just a lot longer to get there because it's more of a trust thing, a very loyalty thing. So, like many MMOs, people come and go, real life comes up, and it's always, it can be a revolving door sometimes, not because we want it to be, but because that's life, and MMOs move really quickly with so many changes, people going to school, getting new jobs, what have you, not being able to afford subscriptions. So the Cloak and Dagger people have been around the longest with me, and we've been through a lot. We got some battle scars, but here we are. So that is the final rank. And then
I still have nightmares.
he does. He can't really sleep at night now. So anyway, we will get to the prizes.
Before we do you mind
Yes.
if I interject for a moment?
Go ahead.
I'd like to do say thank you to some people, to basically do some shout outs to the people who after my shameless plugs got on Twitch and gave us a hand. We've got 5 different follows, and now these are your Twitch names. These are not your in-game names. Some of you may know whom you are. We have Gelvian, Praxis 0, Big Tank 78, Mel's Down, and Namanoms.
Namanoms, that's a cool name.
We're all follows.
Namanoms.
And then another shout out to Mel's Down for subscribing to us with Prime.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate you guys. So one way that we give back is through the prizes, and the prizes that we're going to give at this FC meeting is the Play Dead emote, the Backflip emote, Demonic Barding, Angelic Barding, the Eastern Dance emote, 1 million gil, 500k gil, and you know, a flying chair. You
A flying chair.
And you get a flying chair.
I know, you get a flying chair, and you get a flying chair. I have like, I asked some of the officers to grow Cloud's Breath to make flying chairs, and we had like 25 to 30 flying chairs, and they sell for what, like 600k on the market board or something insane?
Yeah, Cloud's Breath is going up in price as well with the new magic beds and everything. So yeah,
But how much do flying chairs sell for?
they're like 700k last I looked.
Yeah, so flying chairs are not cheap, guys, and I've been teased that I'm like Oprah, and I'm like, look under your chairs. You get a flying chair, you get a flying chair. No, I usually always give away flying chairs to the beans because they're just a really cool mount, in my opinion. But anyway,
Ooh, I get to. I'm not an officer in this guild. I get to do the prizes this time.
Nowhere.
Damn it!
No.
So close.
Okay,
try though.
Oh,
Werehawk is one of the founders, by the way, of Sword. So
It's also the one that gives me a friggin' headache almost every single time.
Okay, so here's how the prizes work. Here's how they work.
got it, or
In the
you want-
Discord. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you will turn your attention to the giveaways channel under the Welcome to Sword category in Discord, I will be setting up the giveaway bot to start our giveaway. And once you see it pop up, there will be a little icon under the bot that will enable you to register for the giveaway. It will then roll for the number of prizes that we have and give me random winners. Now I'm going to set this to 5 minutes once I get it all set up for you. And give me just a moment. I am typing as fast as I can. Rather, as fast as it'll let me answer.
Yeah, it should be all set up for Eternal.
Avoid typing in the channel too, so everyone can get to the
please.
thing easy and click.
Please.
Awesome.
Praxis asks where. If you look in Discord, it's under the Welcome to Sword category, and it is called the Giveaways channel.
So yeah, if you scroll all the way up to the top of your Discord channels, it will be up there.
And be sure to only click the reaction once, otherwise it takes you off of the list and you won't get prizes.
Officers, please remember, do not click that button. We had an issue with that at one point. I will deal with it.
I will deal with it, he said, cloak and dagger.
I just realized.
And
I just
while
realized the winning.
That sounded like a challenge.
Oh,
So-
Lord.
While we are waiting, Perry told me not to do this, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Oh my
Perry
God,
subbed to our channel. Thank you, Perry, for subbing to our channel. And also to
Thank you.
Automatica and Edison for following. And
Hooray.
now, while we have some time while this giveaway timer is ticking, this is something I did during the last FC meeting. I'd like to open up both Twitch chat and in-game/say to any questions you might have for the officers about things that are going on. So if you want to type those out and get them out to us, we will try to answer them to the best of our ability.
Why is the announcement meeting prizes? You did it.
That was the last one.
I know, but still.
Because
did
I'm
it?
drinking. That's why, Komet.
Okay, excellent. Just want to know.
Good reason.
I don't see
Zale?
any questions. Maybe we answered all of their questions because we're cool
We're
like
that cool. We're that amazing. Good job.
You covered everything.
I-
Literally
I never feel like I
everything.
cover everything. I wing these meetings all the time.
The secret's out. The secret's
Okay,
out.
What would Zell do for a Klondike bar?
Hey, Zell.
Yes,
You
where?
said no.
Praxis says in FC chat, I'll be bothering people about learning
Go down to
runs.
officer chat for a second. I
Cool.
need to ask you something.
Officer chat?
Yeah.
Let me mute my stream.
All right.
Yeah, some of them are really, really cheap. Let me... Yeah, there you go. You found it. I was trying to pull it up so I could walk you through it.
holiday like 4th of July or things like that. But they'll always be the first Friday of the month. Just a reminder.
Warehawk, thanks for all the subs.
Yes, Warehawk just donated 5 tier 1 subscriptions to random viewers on our chat.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Warehawk. You
We
did
gotta.
it.
All I hear is Saturn constantly laughing on stream right now. So,
Yeah, I pulled Zell down there. You know, how do I do this? And then look at it, and there's this big old button that says "Gift a Sub." It's like, duh.
so shout out to Bad Habit, Shark's Revenge, Brahm. I'm not pronouncing the last half of that. I'm too drunk. And then looks like X Pagan Witch X for following and subscribing using Prime. And
Lazarus said, I'm sorry, I just have to say this now, see chat. Albert joins he logs in and says, "Oh, is anything important happening?" And Lazarus says, "You're missing the chance of a lifetime."
So last.
And congratulations to Praxis Zero, Red Apple 926, Farah, Char's Revenge, and Shaggy Pro 2 for the gift subs.
Lazarus, did you go see Lightyear this weekend? Because I feel like you saw Lightyear this weekend.
Okay, so yes, thank you. We are very appreciative of all the support that you guys give. Seriously, we really are. So thank you for all of the Twitch subscriptions and the help that you guys give. Just being active in the guild in general is really like just going above and
Yeah,
beyond.
it's like we wouldn't be here without our members.
we would
and
not be here
all the
without
support
that
that we get from everyone.
Yeah. So like, thank you.
So Perry asked in the Twitch chat, "Can we get a drunk Comet and drunk Zell together stream, please?"
Oh
Okay.
God!
Maybe.
Oh
Don't
dear
forget
God,
about the drunk
no.
Zero, and we'll
Zell,
run
oh
in
God,
Savage.
no!
Oh
Zell-
yeah.
Zell, are you giving out the prize? Okay, so the prizes have just been posted. If you were tagged, they go in that order. So Lazarus is first. So Zell will message you and he'll ask you the list of prizes that we have, and then you pick, and then he'll take that off the list, go to the next person, Melisande, I think I'm pronouncing it right, and so on and so forth. So the last person obviously gets whatever's left, and then he'll be messaging you to give you out the prizes that we listed. So the Mog Station codes and the money and the flying chair. If you already have a flying chair, just let us know, and then we'll probably just give you like Gil or something. So just letting you know.
And I'd like to plug something else, if I may. You know, everyone.
No, you can't.
Hush.
Oh, denied.
So everyone, I hope, is aware of Comed's time attacks. You may or may not be. I run them almost every week. I don't always post my times though, for various reasons. However, every Saturday after
He's got some side jobs.
yeah, after
under the table.
After Komed picks his winner, I will. Well, most of the time after he picks the winner. Sometimes I do it before, quite by accident. I will post. I will start streaming how to do the dungeon in the best possible way. I will walk everyone through how it's done, so that you might try in the future if you want to, and compare times with some of the your fellow players who play the same class. So I will try to give you as many tips and tricks as I can during that, and if you guys want more stuff like that, just let me know. I'm trying to come up with new content for us that you guys may or may not want to watch, so just let me know. And if you have any suggestions for the stream, please let me know. And also, I will almost always have a special guest with me during the quote-unquote speedruns.
I'm cracking up at the SC chat right now. This poor man just logged in, and this poor man is being trolled right now in FC chat by the members. Like, not in a mean way or anything, but it's just funny. Oh, okay. He's like, I don't know what's going on, guys. I'm so confused. I just logged in, and everybody's talking to him, and they're like, we're transferring servers, and we're giving away 70 booths, and we're like, this poor man is probably so. Oh my god! I'm gonna have to message him and be like, please don't leave. Like, they're just joking.
They're in
All right.
3.0. They're used to this kind of stuff already.
What? I mean, this is like every day.
This is just a normal day.
Yeah, this
Okay.
is, you got to remember, Egg and Florida are in this
Yeah.
FC.
What
that's
does
fair.
that mean?
Okay, so with that being said, we have 10 minutes to
Right.
spare. Typically, you guys don't have to stay. I was just, oh my god, it's
Dating
beautiful. With all that being said, usually these last anywhere between like the shortest meeting is 30 minutes and the longest meeting is typically an hour, but I don't go over an hour. So we'll go ahead and adjourn the meeting. If you have any further questions about anything we talked about or anything else, then you can message an officer or me. I do prefer to get messaged in Discord sometimes because I have multiple different monitors and laptops and computers running at the same time for my accounts. So it's a lot easier if you message me in Discord, but I still will message you back on the game. If I don't see it right away, please forgive me.
Don't try to get on our email list, though.
But other than that, thank you all for coming. Seriously, we appreciate all of you. So, thank you.
Congratulations.
Yes, thank you.
Congratulations.
Again, thank you to everybody who-
Congratulations. Everyone, congratulations.
Everyone who's doing Mount Farms, please go ahead and exit. I will meet you up front.
And if you want a wedding invitation, just come to me, egg roll.
Can I have 5 more of those?
Oh, don't sound so enthused.
Oh my god. Ball and chain already?
I don't know what I did wrong, but
I can hear the
just
chain already.
gonna take that already.
I love this so much.
Damn it.
Hey, for those of you watching, stay tuned for more shenanigans.
I don't know what I did wrong.
Where's my
I'm gonna drop
Have fun,
down.
Egg.